Okay, I want to say welcome again, everybody. Welcome, okay, to another video. Welcome, okay, welcome to another video. It's night time here, and you're joining me for a late night chat, okay? And sometimes I'll do these late night chats, okay? I've got a nice cup of tea here, okay? And it's very late. It's actually coming up to 20 to 3 in the morning. Trust me, that's not early. For people that do call that early, damn. No, I mean, it's good to get to bed at a reasonable time, isn't it? Like, between 11 and 12 is normal for me. That should be, sometimes over, past 12, but any time like this coming up to 2 or 3 in the morning, it's 20 to 3 now. That's pretty late. Now, hear this, okay? I've stayed up all night before. There's been times where I've gone to bed at 5 or 6 in the morning. In fact, recently, I've been going to bed 5 o'clock in the morning, between 4 and 5, for a few days, just for a few days in a row, because I was actually up preparing martial arts training plans and stuff for teaching certain people I know, and just getting together some syllabuses. But look, I want to talk about this, okay? I want to talk about something in a moment, but before I get on to that, I want to just say this, okay? It always is very, very good to get enough sleep. I really advise all people to get a good night's sleep, no matter what. You're going to have to, because everybody needs that. It's doing you no good. It's doing you no good to be, depriving yourself of sleep like that. Same for exercise too. I've always said people should do some exercise. It's not me I'm not saying that I know better than other people. I'm speaking quietly here because people are sleeping, okay? I don't mean that, as I say, I don't mean that I know better than other people or whatever, but I just mean that, it's not like I'm trying to advise people how to live their life, but for the health, I advise everybody to do some basic exercise on a regular basis, and every night try to get enough sleep. They say that an average human being should get 7 or 8 hours, right? Between 7 and 8 hours. 8 hours is good, 9's a little bit extra. For me, 9's normal, and it fairly is for a lot of people. It's like a good time. But for, there's been a lot of times to do with work and stuff that I've had to go, 4 hours, for a few nights in a row throughout the week, just getting 4 hours sleep for work and stuff. That's ridiculous. And if you're always getting such little sleep like that, that's no good. I know someone now, and there's a guy, okay, I know somebody that says he drinks alcohol, beer or whatever it is. Now myself personally, call me whatever you like, not a real man or whatever, but I'm telling you fucking now, right, in every way of the word, right, I don't agree with, I don't like it, I don't think it's a good thing, and I don't drink any alcohol at all, nor do I smoke, nor do I take any drugs, whatever you think is the norm now, weed and all of that stuff. I don't need to chill out on things that are negative for me, negative to my health. I wouldn't do that, to chill out and escape from life. No. At least I may not come across very strong, but I'm strong enough to be normal. Like, strong enough to say I don't need that shit. Fuck excuse my language, but fuck whatever negativity you've got to face in this world, be it the stress of work, be it the stress of society and what you've got to deal with. But I don't need to do that. I chill out with positive stuff to escape from the negative things in life. What I usually do is I focus on positive creativity, or I just go to sleep. I'll do some exercise, I'll drink some tea, drink coffee sometimes, but I usually drink a lot of tea, English tea, because I'm English, that's just what I like. I've grown up drinking tea, red tea, or that's what it's called in China, red tea, but black tea, red tea, whatever, red tea with milk, and sugar. It's not everybody's cup of tea, it's not what everybody likes, but I like it. So I drink a lot of tea. I focus on my creative stuff. I do my martial arts, working out, art, animation, drawing, painting on the computer digitally, editing videos, making videos, writing fictional stories and books, whatever I want to do, making little computer games on the side, making music, different kinds of music and albums, as you know I do. I make my rap music, I make my 80s style like type music. I listen to music, I watch movies, I watch documentaries. Always inspired. If you want to get out and have a walk sometime, do that. Just have a sleep, have a rest. There's so many ways you can escape from the negativity of life. Have a chat with a close friend if there's one nearby, and if there isn't, find something you can do for yourself. It feels so much better being free from the confusion of this society and anything that's negative for you. A lot of people really follow bad habits in their lives, okay? Please excuse me, I'll get back onto what I was saying in a moment. A lot of people, okay, make foolish mistakes. I'm not being hypocritical, I'm not being criticising them, but really, so many people have this bad habits in their lives, more than one bad habit too, often, where they feel to escape negativity, they replace it with something else negative, or they do something else negative to chill out. They take some kind of drugs or some kind of toxic fucking shit, some weed or whatever it is, or they drink too much or smoke too much. And how the fuck does putting shit chemicals into you fuck you up? No, it does. It fucks you up. I'm saying, how the fuck does putting disgusting chemicals into your body actually free you from anything? I don't need to be tripping. I don't need to be on drugs. I don't need to be tripping on drugs high. Feel like I'm floating in the air, seeing colours and hallucinations. I don't really want that. I don't want to walk down the street with my mind not in total balance, like walk in and I can't even physically stand up properly. That's just dumb. These thugs and these tough guys who go around taking drugs and drunk, and they act like big tough guys. Well, do you know what? Carrying on like that, and they go out looking for trouble as well. Anyone could, the more high you are, the more intoxicated you are, you won't be able to stand up. Some of these guys trying to look for fights and stuff you see on the internet. My God, anyone can just go up to you and just punch the shit out of you. Some old woman could just knock you fucking sparko, knock you out, or you just fall over yourself. Now listen, I'm just saying, okay, listen if you will or won't, but alcohol's no good for you either. Who the fuck am I to tell you? Come on, man, have a beer, be a man, all this bullshit. I know people would tell me that. There's people that are religious. There's people who are religious and they don't eat or drink certain things because their religion doesn't permit them to. I fucking don't, myself personally, I don't do, excuse my language, I express myself freely, I don't do what nature doesn't fucking permit me to do. I follow nature, I follow reality. Because I was talking to someone earlier on about this again, it's a fucking again. If you don't follow reality, 100% try at least to, within your logic, within your knowing and seeing. If you don't follow nature and reality, the truth, the absolute reality, real truth of anything in life, what's good for you, actually natural. I'm not talking about what people are gonna say, like, it's just weed. People smoke weed and herbs from the ground. It just grows up. It's a natural plant. No, What are you going to do? A piece of shit from your fucking asshole is also natural. Are you going to smoke that? Come on, man. Woman, man. Get real, you know. Mushroom, they say mushroom, like magic mushroom. People used to take these mushrooms or drugs. I don't understand any of it. Any kinds of chemicals. But I'm just saying, mushrooms and stuff, and they're hallucinative and they make you, and they've got this like weird stuff you see on the news. So different countries, people are trying different mixtures and concoctions and mixing alcohols, and people got things like all kinds of disgusting drugs. And new ones coming out all the fucking time, and they're crazy, giving them funky names. And they got like meth and whatever. Drugs are fucking disgustingly terrible. It's so scary. People take drugs and they die of overdoses, or some people just take it for the first time and die. I've had students in colleges and stuff that I've taught in the past who have said they want to try drugs, you know. And I had a couple of students in the past who were saying they wanted to try drugs. There was one young girl, I don't know, around 20 years of age. There was a young girl I was teaching before in the college a long time ago, and she was saying to me like she wants to try drugs, some kind of drugs or something. And I said why? You know, she probably, you know, I don't know what she's thinking, isn't that? But I said, yeah. But I said to her, I said why? She said, I said that's bad for you, that's dangerous, don't you know? And she said, come on, she said, everybody makes mistakes. I said, what? I said, everybody makes mistakes. So you know something's fucking wrong, and you want to make a mistake. It's like, she's got her shit twisted. Get your fucking head straight, anybody out there. It's like, you don't say something's wrong. Everybody makes mistakes, yes, but it doesn't mean everybody should do. It's okay for everybody to do things which are wrong, or take risks, they say, or do dangerous things, because you only live once, and you might fuck yourself fucking up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody makes mistakes and you learn from them. For fuck's sake, you still want to do it? It's weird, isn't it? Like, you know it's wrong, but you still want to do it. Obviously you're going to make a mistake. You know what, man? It's like watching someone run off a bridge just to see what would happen. It's like, do you stop them or say, fuck me, that's stupid? Just watch the motherfucker. You've been framed, man. It's like, you got these people joyriding and stuff, driving the cars, you know, recklessly, and they just end up crashing sports cars. And you hear the guy you hear that the young guy or girl driving the car was some fucking out for a party, or there was like, or was it under 20 years of age or whatever, or young people, and they're like got young fucking teenage parents and stuff, and they can't even talk properly, and they're like full of this political correctness, or they speak very intelligently, but they speak like in all this jargon, or it's going to be slang or whatever's hip at the time, on their phones, brain dead, looking at today's technology. Today's technology is good, but they're on their phones constantly, totally disconnected from reality, and they're young teenage fucking parents themselves with kids, and their kids are learning this dumbed down fucking reality. Like, it's so scary now. What's the next generation going to be like, and the generations to come? My goodness, you know. Scary fucking dark times, man. Without sanity, humanity's fucked. Remember that. You need your sanity. Who am I to say who's sane and set the morals and all this stuff? No, I'm just saying. Nature's all you need. Don't be a fucking dumbass. Now going back to what I'm saying, because you could be anywhere watching this video. You could be anywhere at any time, but you've got your own mind and you're who you are. You know, I think it's I really do think it's a great thing that we have videos, websites like this, like YouTube, where we can share and communicate freely like this. I think it's an amazing thing. We should, you know, make use of. I want to say, you know, yeah, so you got things like these magic mushrooms and stuff. People take these drugs, you know, and it's like, and you say, well, that's a natural thing growing from the ground, just like weed, it grows from the ground. Yeah, but it's not meant for you to consume. There's certain things that go against your fucking thing. And I know, fair enough, right? I can't set the rules. I'm just saying that, but it's like, there's a few things we could talk about in this video. In this video, I'm just going to keep this video pretty simple, right to the point, but, yeah, you know, the world's fucking going mad. The world's crazy. People are out of their fucking mind when they're not under the influence most of the time this day and age. Nowadays, people are just, it's like the norm. Young kids in schools to be doing drugs or carrying a knife and a gun and all kinds of stuff going on. It's just fucking reckless. Violence. Oh my god. Tea's good though. But you know, I'm just saying, like, these mushrooms people take. What the fuck are you talking about, man? No. And hallucinative fucking, what do they call it? Honey and stuff. What the fuck? Anyway, let's go back to what I was saying, right? Let's get back to what I was saying. I know a guy, okay? I'll tell you a few stories if you like anytime. I know a guy, okay, that stays up late a lot of nights, like me. I'm staying awake late tonight, but it's different. I know quite a few people actually who go out late of the night to bars, drinking and stuff, or doing whatever. They just stay up late. The junkies, man. Adult junkies, like the junkies that just drinking, you know, pint after pint or whatever, this alcohol, you know, this fucking toxic poison. And they say they knock themselves out, or they've got, some people have got insomnia. They say, I mean, is that a condition or does it come? Let's think about it. You know what I mean? So where does it come from? Some of that comes from like habits, but they can't sleep, and so they drink loads of alcohol to knock themselves out. Now me, okay, I'm one for like avoiding all kinds of disgusting toxic chemicals. A lot of people take pills when they can't sleep. A lot of people drink coffee to stay awake. I can drink coffee and it won't actually have an effect on me at all. In fact, if I felt something did have an effect on me, like keeping me like wide awake or shaking, I wouldn't have it. I don't want anything that's going to affect my body. I can drink tea or coffee before bed and it doesn't affect me at all. But some people it does, the caffeine or whatever. The same way as like a lot of people have got allergies and stuff to certain things like peanuts. Again, young kids, like they say, it's kind of like controversial, is it? They're like about sugar and stuff, like having a lot of sugar, where they say a lot of sugar makes kids hyper and stuff like that. Obviously, too much of anything can be bad for you, have effect. But I'm just saying, you know, I know people that take pills, medicine pills. You know, they've got a headache, they take a pill. They've got an arse ache, they could take a pill. You know, they got the bollocks ache, they take a pill. Got a throat ache, they'll take a pill. Pill for this, pill for that. Painkillers, or they can't sleep, or they want to sleep, sleeping pill, sleeping tablet. The world is fucked up and injecting drugs into their body. I'm sorry, but they're fucked up, mate. That's not normal. In my opinion, my nan, okay, my grandmother, my nan, she was the same as me. She don't like all that. She don't understand that people are taking pills for fucking everything. Nowadays we've got pills for everything. These pills will help with your stress. What the fuck? You know what I mean? These pills will help you think more clearly. Are you fucking real to believe this fucking shit? I don't care if you meet someone who says, yeah, I take them all the time and I'm wide awake. What the fuck, man? The guys just, look at the way they walk and the way they dress. These people are like, just, oh yeah, man, the latest fashion. On their phones every day and just fucking, just one of these robots of society. Freedom is on your sanity and your mind. If you can't control your mind, just get some good habits. Get in control of nature and listen to your body more. I swear, sometimes that's the best doctor. I'm not avoiding people. I'm not advising people to like steer clear of anything and, you know, totally like just immediately like don't take medicine if you're sick or whatever. Now, of course, listen to doctors and stuff, but you've got to use your savvy. I mean, I've had a couple of people ask me recently about, they find it strange that I haven't been to a doctor for a checkup in a long time. And they say things like this about dentists and stuff too, but I haven't been to the doctors in literally, wow, if you want the real truth, I've not been to the doctors. Well, in fact, that's a lie, because I've had a medical checkup like yearly for quite a few years now. But I'm just saying, like, going to the doctors, like, in general, like, for it's not something I do. I haven't really been off my own back. It's only been to do with like visas and stuff, but I've never actually walked into the doctors to check. I would check out, you know what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, like, a lot of people have like this. They're like fanatical about their health. And it seems like they have to be, because there's all these concerns. And I know what they're saying, but it's like in life, you have to check your body and find out something. But it's like, you know, that there's people that do, because there's so much fucking shit wrong with it. It's like they leave the doctor's surgery or the fucking chemist or the hospital. They leave these health clinics and health places with more fucking trouble, more sickness than they had. It's like people leave the earth, they go to heaven or hell with more fucking sickness than they had in their life. Life is hell, right? You know what I mean? And it's like they leave the earth, you know. It's like they live a life of sickness, and then they're fucking free when they die. The doctors try to kill you anyway, more or less. It seems like the doctors, you know, just prescribing you with whatever fucking drugs you'll buy or whatever's the popular on the market. And don't tell me it's not about popular too. If everybody was taking it, you'd take it. If everybody was taking this, a lot of people are buying this, it shows that it's doing them some good. Get the fuck out of here. It's like a lot of things. Serious. Oh yeah, man, a VR headset. You've got to get one of those. I've got two, but I'm just saying, virtual headset. What the fuck are people talking about? Certain technologies, certain medicines, certain things you can go without. High-speed 5G and all this. I'm not going to go into detail here, like technology. Jack in your back of your fucking head, chip in your brain, chipping all this crazy stuff they say about the cloud and the internet. They're deeper topics again. You know what I mean? Automatic car. I'm surprised they don't have an automatic toilet with a hand that just wipes your arse, a robot. This world's fucked up. Get with the logic, man. Get real. But yeah, you know, this guy I know, as I say, he knocks himself out with alcohol every night so he can get asleep. That's fucking unhealthy, in my opinion. Now, going back to what I was saying, okay? Going back to what I was saying, though. What was I saying? So many things here. Yeah, you buy these medicines, they poison the shit out of you, man. That's what's going on. But me, you know, I believe in good health, and I don't believe in taking pills for everything, you know. Look, you got to think, right? Thousands and hundreds and thousands of years, human beings have gone by. People were more stronger in the past. Anyway, let's think about that, man. People living in nature, and nowadays we've got all this technology, but sickness is rife. You've got so much sickness in the world, so much weakness, so many what do you call it? Illnesses and weaknesses of the human being. Where'd that come from? I believe a lot of that was manufactured. Don't you believe that? That you're being manufactured to be more receptive, you know, more able to, you're becoming less fucking immune to certain sicknesses, it seems like. Rather than, they tell you that they're giving you immunisations and medicine and all good things for you and health foods. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, man, you're being ridiculous, ain't you? Anyway, that's just dumb. Nature's nature. The world's the world. People for years and years, look, we know the basic stuff about hygiene, about keeping food fresh, food, drink. Fair enough. How they're growing things nowadays, genetically modified stuff and poisoning your fucking crops and your whatever they're doing in the farms, who knows. But I'm just saying that you eat whatever you do, your meats, your vegetables, your fruit, whatever it grows. Water, we know to boil water. You know, we know basic stuff, cleanliness, Wash your hands before you eat. Fucking, you don't know what's in the water nowadays. The chemicals, the contamination, and the fucking damagation. If there's a word, you know, making it up here, man. I'm making language up the way they do. They're damaging the nation with contamination. You know, collateral damage. Whatever the fuck that means, said the aliens. No, I'm just talking. I'm just mucking around, giving you some rap lyrics. But I'm just saying, okay, listen, seriously, okay. When you're waiting with no patience at the station, like a changeling. But back to what I'm saying, though, right? Back to the thing is, right? I don't take pills for anything. For real. Of course, for fucking real. I wouldn't take pills to go to send me off to sleep, or take some kind of chemicals, or take pills to keep myself awake. I know people that take painkillers and stuff, and they say it does them good. And again, how about the sickness, right? People talk about sickness of the mind. Now, this is something that I've always had problems coming to understand. Maybe because I got some. No, I'm doing. Think about this, right? Do you believe problems with the mind can be healed or dealt with by medicine and pills? I know they're talking about robotic, stupid fucking nanobots and all kinds of crap you're breathing in the dust, but I'm saying, forget that technology shit. I'm talking about, you know, medicine, powders, chemicals. A lot of medicines, you know what it does? I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor, but to me, right, do you know what I think it is? It's a strange concoction. It's unnatural, isn't it, for the body? But medicine, all kinds of pills, and everybody's situation is slightly different, so how can you say, oh, they work for this guy or don't work for that guy? Medicine, okay, pills, to me, okay, this video is slightly longer now, but let's go back to what I'm saying. Medicine and pills, or any medicine you take, to me, that can only do one of two things. It can only calm you down, not in spirit and emotion. I'm saying physically make you feel tired, drowsy. It can like slow you down. Not that I fucking know, I would never have that. Or it could hyper you up, like bring a bit more energy, something into you. But it's an unnaturalness about it. I don't want no fucking sleep pills. I don't want no hyperactive fucking pills. I just exercise all the time. I do exercise every day, so I'm active and I get enough rest for that. I eat a mixture of different foods. No matter how healthy you eat, no matter what you eat in your life, no human being's going to have a perfect diet, and everybody's body's different too. So I eat a bit of everything and I don't overdo it. No, I don't ever do it on greasy stuff or whatever, too much salt and whatever it is. I eat enough. I eat a lot of junk food too. I do eat junk food, not a lot, but I do eat a variety of different foods. But it's like I don't overdo it, you know. And but if you're watching, Jason, I do love to do it big. I love my food, man. Yeah, but I'm just saying that these people in the world, these health fanatics and these health food products, they make health food for health fanatics. It's like they say you are what you eat. Oh, fuck me, man. You are what you buy, man. They're sellouts, fucking sellouts. So I'm not being funny. You believe this world is... Oh my god, you believe this world is making stuff for you. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you you're living in a world where you got to avoid health foods, avoid medicine, avoid... It sounds like I'm sending you down the wrong path. I'm not trying to do that. I'm saying, be real. You got to be real. There's a way of taking care of yourself without taking in weird chemicals or just buying what people say is good for you, you know what I mean? And you shouldn't do negative things just to knock yourself out, you know what I mean? They take drugs to get high, or they take drugs to fall asleep, or some kind of pill. Whether they call it drugs, medicine, or the same thing or whatever, Those are not normal things. And again, how about anaesthetics when people are, whether it's in the dentist or whether it's for an operation, people taking anaesthetics to send them to sleep. That's a scary thing as well. Now, we need those. We need them, obviously. And I think doctors and surgeons do a great thing. And I think it's an amazing, really, wow, amazing thing, that. But I just find it all scary, don't you? It's quite a scary thing to switch off the human body. Fuck me, damn it. So anyway, I'm going to stop this video in a moment, and I'm going to say, thank you so much for watching this, and just take care of your health, everybody, Do take care of your health. I think if you follow nature, if you follow a natural way, you'll stand more chance of taking care of yourself, without having to look to other means. And that's what, just one more thing I want to say about the mind, the mind too. That's what I'm saying. So if you're taking these chemicals and medicines to knock yourself out or to hyper yourself up, and you confuse this physical reaction that your brain or your body's having to these chemicals, you get that confused with your emotions, and you link that to your emotions. You feel more hyper, so you feel more uplifted, and you may feel like in high spirits, right? Say, I feel better now. I was really stressed. These pills are helping me out. No fucking way. You could still look and see what you're looking. It's the same as if or you take it and it knocks you out. To go to sleep, so you're too tired to think about those things. Same thing, it calms me down. They chill on weed to fucking calm down. What the fuck is that stupid shit? I don't need to do anything. I don't need a boost or a knockout. I'm literally full of energy in myself. I do enough exercise. I get enough sleep. Pretty late now. It's gone 3 o'clock now, so I need to get ready for bed. But I'm just saying, okay, sanity's the way. So keep saying, motherfucker. Not you personally, I'm just saying, but keep saying. And the mind, as I said, the mind, what you're thinking about, if you're thinking anything negative, if you're feeling down in any way, negative, feeling bad or upset or stressed or tired, don't you already that what that is? It's a reminder that it's not good and you want something good. You may not know what it is. I don't know what it is, man, but you don't want this shit, but you want something good. So you shouldn't fall victim to that or just go down another path. You should look at it like a negative path. You should look at it like, I want better, I want good, and feel good in yourself about that, and try to look for good alternatives. Always try to look for good alternatives. We're talking about lifestyle, we're talking about how you use your time in a day, but that's life, and that's what we do. So what we do, that is our health. The health is the life. So the mind and the body, you've got to be healthy to start with, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Rather than saying, I'm here, I'm fucked up, I feel bad, what chemicals can I take, who can I ask for help, where can I get this from, oh God, it's outside of me. Now you may say that sounds okay, Richard, but certain things like medicines and health things are going to help you, obviously, right? You wouldn't, if it was like a life-saving medicine or something, you'd have to take it, right? Otherwise you die. And I'm not denying, I'm saying like painkillers or certain things people use don't help some people, but offer certain things. But I'm just saying always study nature and look to nature first. That's what I'm trying to say, So, follow the truth. We're just talking about health in this video. It's so scary to see people getting knocked out, and there's an illness of the brain. I see a lot of people have an illness of the mind, where it's not like an illness, like a disease that can be cured. The way I see it, it's complex thoughts which are the result of habits that they've led them down a more and more complex journey of development in their mind, that they're so confused that they're beyond confused. It's like they've got a new whole mind almost, which is based on confusion, and the other old self is far from, it's gone. It's like a dream that faded away, and you can't untangle it and go back. For them, it's very hard to untangle it. It's like saying, untangle these, untangle this sticky stuff, or untangle these spider's cobwebs, and don't get it stuck to your hands. It's like saying, I don't know. But get it all, you can't, It's late now anyway, but just follow reality. Health of the mind. Sanity comes through clarity. Knowing yourself without connecting to anything else. And you say, well, that's hard because I'm a product of everything else. Just look at that t-shirt you're wearing, Richard. Look at my t-shirt. No, I'm not that. I'm just me. I'm wearing a t-shirt, but you see what I'm saying? If you're thinking about style, if you're thinking about work, if you're thinking about... so you've got to learn to totally disconnect from everything in order to become one with nature. And when you become one with nature, everything you'll do will be very practical. And then as a human being, you'll make the world practical. You'll be able to invent great technology and all of these things in a way that's really going to benefit yourself and other human beings. The problem is, people are so disconnected from nature and reality, and they're so full of themselves in ego, they follow confusion, and they've got a mixture of building great technology, but they're also building bullshit. And the most important is they're all against each other. And this world's just like running around like a madhouse. Everybody's exhausted, or they're on drugs, and they're trying to knock themselves out. It's like a knockdown game. The whole world's just trying to knock each other down like dominoes. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like two people were playing chess. Why were they playing it? All day. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. You got to do something for a reason, at least, or to enjoy it. Or are they happy? You see some of the greatest athletes and stuff playing sports and stuff, and rather than being kids playing sports in a school and having fun on the team and stuff or whatever, you see the adults playing. Some of them adults are like inspiration to kids, or have been in the years, or in certain things about them, but then that's ego too, pumping it out of the media and who's the champion on the TV or whatever. I'm saying, you see kids playing sports in schools, and that's like inspirational for them, but for the adults who are like athletes and stuff, sometimes on a team there's not really any fun there, even though they're so great and good at it. And that's why they stick, because it's the money, just the money, and ideas, something outside of themselves. So whenever you're reaching outside for something more, or striving to be better, or it's like nowadays they want to become superhuman fucking mutants and robots, you're distracted there. You are delusional. You're totally shut off from reality, and there's no happiness there. And like I've said before, there's no happiness, there can be no health. The less happy you are, it can lead to weakness and ill health, basically. The less health you have, the more death, because the more health you have is the more life. It's your life bar, so to speak, life energy bar, like a computer game, So real deal, it's not a game, it's real life. And life should be seriously enjoyed. Like a game, but no. And what's the game if there's no enjoyment? That's hell. It's an experience, it's a beautiful experience, life, and we're here to share with others. Humans, it's a wonderful thing we can share as well, don't you think? As well as just live here as one human, but the individual as well should enjoy their life. Very much so. If you don't enjoy it, what's the reason to live? So from the health will come happiness. So it makes no sense to run away from health, either directly or to, and safety and that. To run away from health and safety and logic and reality. To run away from that doesn't make any sense anyway. If you're doing it deliberately, and what we've got to learn to do is start to recognise, even though it's a confused modern day technology, modern day societies we're living in the world, we still need to try and see what we are still in control of with our own mind. And whenever you want to know if that's really your own real thoughts or if it's manufactured some way, you've got to try to reason and think with that and try to shut off any kind of controls from the outside and try to understand what you're truly thinking and know what's positive for you, and then try to work in a natural way with nature. I think we're always going to work from a human way of thinking. Of course we will. I'm just saying you're always going to work from your own personal take, the individual's take on reality when he's trying to do things a natural way. His own take on doing things a natural way. Even if you did it really well, try to do it really well. But the thing is that, if you contemplate, if you plan first, like anything, if you thought about things first, you'd have a more closer to that, doing things a natural way, if you're thinking more naturally. You can't do anything well if you're not, real about it, right? Does that make sense? If you're not real, you can't do anything fucking well, So you need to be real about things. It doesn't make any sense to say, as I've said before, like living a life where certain things you do just go against logic and nature just because, and you say nobody's perfect, man, everybody makes mistakes, or fuck it, or just like, and you do things to fit in with the crowd or fit in with those sick motherfuckers of society who you call friends, or you're doing it because you want to be accepted in the group or at work or wherever it may be. And you say that's the way you get by in society, sadly. If you're real and true, you don't get by. Well, no, you still do, because in the long run you're a fucking weakling to be doing it, and you're a fool to yourself, being robbed, being enslaved. And if you can say to yourself that it's okay here and there to be a slave, think about what that implies. It's okay to be a slave to society in little slightest way. You may say, well, just here and there, like it don't fucking matter. So the big or the small, that should all matter. To be a follower, just following society, following things that you know are wrong, because you're going to hang out with the guys, go out for a drink, or dress a certain way, or so you fit in and look cool, because otherwise they think you're a bum. If they don't like you, they're not friends. It doesn't mean you should hate people and look and turn them away, but it's like, if they turn you away, you shouldn't keep following people. You're not their psychiatrist, they're sick, we feel sorry for them, they need that, but you need to work constantly on maintaining your own sanity. It's not about pills, it's not about asking Mr. Flash, who's saying he's your friend and whatever the fuck. Come on now, you've been doing that for years, it's time to turn that around. Get real. You can be the best friend to you, you can be the best friend to yourself, the best doctor, the best teacher. You can be all those things. Why? Is it ego? No, it's because when you connect with nature, nature is the teacher, the only reality. It's reality, it's true freedom, free. It's an amazing teacher. And when you connect with reality, you are reality. And guess what? You don't even have to do any work as such, because you are already part of nature. You don't need to connect with it. You've got to stop disconnecting with it. You wouldn't disconnect your head from your body. You wouldn't try and disconnect from your life, right, and try to kill yourself, would you? No. So that's what it's about. Get real. No matter how confused the world is, no matter how fucked up it may be, stay sane and follow reality. That's what I tell myself. As long as they can't control your words, like in your mind, what you think, and control you, like it's like they control you. But I tell you what they do, right? The society in the world, they're trying to control you, because it's about money and greed. But they'll try and control people through media or whatever. They'll try and control people through their needs, or rather more sadistically, rather through what the people feel or think are their needs. So what they do is they get people addicted on things like it's drugs, for example. They'll do that with technology and anything else that will take up your time and energy to bring you down. And they'll keep you alive if they want it, or they'll cut your life supply if they want it. You know, life supply is like they're programming you for death, or torture and death almost in life. They control every element of your life almost. Internet of everything. What the fuck? And whether you say that level of technology, or whether you say just daily life in general, look at your society, how it's been in the previous years and generations. Just look at the years and the kind of control that's going on around us. I'm not saying be paranoid, like, they're controlling me. No, it's like, you've got to have that freedom. Use what's valuable, use what's useful to you within this technology and all these things. But know what is necessary. You don't need to become a rocket-powered fucking human being with mutations and robotic this and that, superhuman. You know, you don't need to get information downloaded in a split second or whatever it is. And it's like, you can live, it's a planet Earth, it's a life and nature. But I'm just saying, look at the control, the amount of control. They control you, the public, by making people know. I'm saying the government, the higher powers, they control people of the world, in the societies, by planting ideas in their head, using what they already have, bringing that in, studying their interests, study the enemy, to know the enemy, to make the enemy weak, to beat the enemy, to control the enemy, and make the enemy their slave and worker, to do things for them as though they were their closest friend or lovers. How about making the whole fucking nation or the whole world love them? That's what they're trying to do, rule the whole world. We'll have a few countries over here starving, or start a few wars over there, or get these groups against each other. Well, they'll use anything, all kinds of politics, political correctness, racism, whatever. Anything they can, your hobbies, sports, whatever it is, technology. They'll use anything. They'll use things that the kids are interested in, or the adults, but they'll use things and they'll plant ideas in their minds. They'll do anything to turn people against each other, gender against gender, an idea against idea. Kids, a family unit, they're doing all kinds of things to fuck people's minds. As long as that works for them, as long as they keep the kids under control, it doesn't fucking matter, as in the people of the society. As long as they keep people dumbed down. They'll use things, they'll plant so many ideas in their heads that they're confused. They'll plant so many ideas in the public's head, every individual, that they're bickering and confused amongst each other. It's a mixed up new language, a new way of life, language through expression of how they're living, holding a phone, when they're sitting there holding a phone in a restaurant, or when they're, you can see it in the habits of the way they speak, what people buy, how people, everything about their lifestyle. Kind of things they do, the way they spend their time. Think about it. The mental health situation. They've got you fucked. You're not going to go and buy some fancy pills that they're advertising, the new thing or trendy thing. Oh, stick this patch on your forehead. Stick this up your wherever, and you're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Your new robotic whatever it is going to help you. It's like, what the fuck is going on, man? Come on, man, get fucking real, I like all this bullshit, It's ridiculous nonsense. And it really is. Technology is technology, but they're fucking with people's brains, and they're putting all kinds of ideas, and then they're making up all these stories, and you've got the news and everything else, and they're trying to confuse people, and they just say this is that. And what you think and what you think, and they're confusing you more and more the way you speak, until you fall asleep thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it, you've pressed your phone immediately to see what's what on the computer. What's fashionable, what's popular, or what the critics are saying about da-da-da-da. And whatever you look for on the internet, whenever you're searching for stuff, they keep you in there because they bring more of that content to you, and you see it coming up, strange advertisements coming up in your email box. Do you get that like I do? I bet you do. yeah, they put viruses. You'd probably get more viruses when you download these virus killers or whatever. It's like you get more sick by taking medicine. They'll use any way to bring human beings into sickness, confusion, death to the people. They're not even trying to keep you alive. Do you think they're trying to keep you alive? Hard work, you son of a bitch. They've got to pay your damn ass to work for them. And you know what? If they ain't really willing to give you a job, you ain't motherfucking worth a punk ass motherfucker. Is that true talk or not? And shit, oh man, alright, let him sign up for the army. Fuck it, we'll just blow him away. They don't give a fuck what it is. They don't want to hire you, but they don't want to let you live unless you're a slave and work hard for them. And if they need a shoe shiner, they'll call you in, you know what I mean? And they'll fire you before the next day comes. You don't know if you're waking up the next day. It's like they say there's no tomorrow. You don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow, so act today. Fucking hell, it's like they know it before you do. And they're putting all these ideas in your head and applying all this stuff. And yes, and then you have a chat with someone and it becomes an argument. Where did that come from? People are just becoming insane. Or they do, and it's like, you talk to someone and they're like, or they come around and some young person turns around and says to you, some young millennial or whatever, one of these young people, or the next generation, young college student or someone turns around in their 20s and they say to you, or some teenager, and they say to you, well, no, because nobody's controlling me, because I've got my own mind, and then blah, 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 and they start to talk, and the jargon that they're speaking is just another level of control. It's like they're saying you got level 2 confusion that they're trying to pump your brain with, and you're like, well, no, I'm free, but they don't realise that you're still on that level 1, or whatever levels, hundreds of levels before. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like Windows software, for example, Windows or Apple, what they're in, Apple trendy phone, bollocks. It might be good quality for what it does, yeah. Till the new thing comes out, it's good quality as well. But is it quality life? What about you? And how are you using that technology? And how focused and healthy are you in yourself? And it's like, and it's like that's what the society does. It programs you to think that it can't be programmed by it again, and it will gradually get there because you're still the same thing. It's almost like one of my favourite artists, Bob Ross. I don't know how this come into this talk, but when he says, a thin paint will stick to a thick paint, or a thick paint, it's like one thing sticks to another. It's the same thing, you know what I mean? Birds of a feather flock together. This information is blended in very well with that information because they're quite interlocked, they're quite a similar thing, You know what I mean? Like, so they just, whatever it is. Morality and love, or science and morality, or science and nature, and logic, and you know what I mean, science and social studies, and culture, and you think about things like anything can blend together. You can mix it and blur the line, blur it, but at the same time, no, there's differences. So, but that's what you end up dealing with. You end up talking to someone about something, they don't hear you, and they can't be broken free from that confusion. You say, man, didn't you hear? They're trying to brainwash you with Windows 10. They're trying to program your head with Windows 10 or Windows 11. And you're like, no, man, they can't do that because blah, 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 blah. And everything that comes out of their mouth, blah, 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 they're speaking in the language of Windows 7 or Windows before it. Like I'm using Windows 7 still, but like some people do. Windows XP or whatever. They're a level lower, but they're still in a secure Windows system. Their brain is fucking connected before it's connected. They're enslaved before they're fucking chained. They're trying to... The society's got people, riding you like into the, like a horse into the. It's like I don't know. It's like you're just being. I don't know. I mean, why can't we be more like horses? They can take a horse to water, but it won't drink it. Right now, you've got a Hansel and Gretel situation going on. The boy and the girl, the men and the women, are being lured in by some nasty punk bitch like of a devil, witch, and she's gonna cook you up. You think it's the house of candy and the house of cakes and gingerbread men and chocolate. It's not. You get your ass fucking cooked in the goddamn furnace, motherfucker. That's what you're gonna get. So it is. So that's in terms of, I'm speaking hypothetically, figure of speech. I'm just saying, like, the society, in terms of what they're trying to do to control people, and that's what you get in every situation you go into. Little Red Riding Hood, and the wolf. There's all these stories about trickery and in disguise and stuff. He's teaching us to see the truth. Don't trust all that bullshit. So I don't know what to say. But yeah, stay sane. And thanks for watching this video. It's a long fucking video, 1 hour long. Sorry for swearing and stuff. I'm gonna go to bed now. But got more topics I want to talk about. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna talk to you again very soon. Thanks for watching. Train hard and stay safe. Martial arts for life. Hope you enjoy more stuff on my videos. And just take care always. I'll continue sharing videos on this channel whenever I do. Yeah, and I've got more martial art videos coming up. I've got more art and animation coming up. Got more music coming up. Just take care. As I say, I do speak my mind. I speak freely. As I say, I'm a positive person, but stay free by staying sane, or stay sane by staying free. Both ways, You've got to see things like that, Everything you say, you've got to look at both sides of it. Yeah, even if it doesn't seem like, even if it doesn't seem like you've got a negative and a positive, I see both sides. It might not seem clear, like I just said two things there, but you look at the other side of it. And you say, oh, I could also say this. And then that also, you look at that and say the other side of that. And you just start to learn about things, and you become like a better thinker, but then you become more clear. It's like when you know the language, you can think in that. You can think clearly. But then you don't get trapped in one program of thinking. It's like, I can't explain it. Like, can you see without looking? Can you look without seeing? But you can see so much. You can see more when you stop. You focus on, if I focus looking in this room and I focus on one thing, everything else suddenly becomes blurred out or like less visual to me. I can still see my peripheral vision, I can see certain things, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, you didn't see the whole thing, you didn't see the wood through the trees, right? When you're reading that line of text, when you're reading, you can't see all of the thing, right? But at the same time, sometimes you see in everything. You see everything, so you can't focus on that one thing, the detail of one thing. Anyway, I'm going to stop this. I want to say thanks for watching. Talk to you again very soon. It's a 1 hour video, just under 1 hour this video. And I want to say take care always and stay safe. Take care of yourself and the ones that matter to you the best you can. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.